Instagram. You're now live. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get this thing started. We're getting ready for the legendary Dope Show panel, the men's edition. We have the beautiful Elisha Michelle here and a few great looking black men, white guy. Yeah, this is going to be a good show. I hope you're tuned in. Get to sharing. If you're on Facebook, get to sharing. If you're on Instagram, get to sharing. We will be right back. It's the Legendary Dope Show, ladies and gentlemen. Comments to be here for this one. We're back. It's the Legendary Dope Show with the beautiful, lovely Elisha Michelle. We're going to get right into this one. Are you ready? Oh, she's ready. Let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Legendary Dope Show with the beautiful, lovely, amazing, chocolatey. And she's in here with a room full of niggas. And one white guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Elisha Michelle.
Shout out to El Rock. Thank you for the introduction. This is a very, very special show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Wow, it's already the chat is already moving real fast. I'm a little nervous a little bit. I'm kidding. I'm not nervous. Never nervous. This is the Legendary Dope Show panel, men's edition. The last time, if you guys saw the women's edition, El Rock was the outnumbered one. This time it is me. So I'm just going to sit here and just moderate, take notes, and ultimately, I just wanted to give men the chance to freely express themselves and talk about things that are going on within them, talk about things that are important to them, and things that they're passionate about. And I want to just say thank you guys so much for coming. This means so much to me. You guys were all on time. You guys were all like excited to be here, so it really means a lot to me. And I want to give you guys a chance to briefly just introduce yourself and tell people about you.
First off, thank you for having us. Creating a safe space for men is rare. Like Mr. Clean with hair, it's not everywhere.
I love it.
Hello, my name is Ronald Moore, or Twin. Everybody calls it. 39 years old, from Seattle, Washington, born and raised. I'm in promotion and marketing right now. I'm in campaign management, meaning I work with different companies or services that need promotion or marketing towards certain different demographics. So, been doing it for a while, probably about 20 years. There's other things I do. I'm a person that loves cars, loves dogs. I love Seattle, love the city, the history. I'm big on standing on that because there's nothing like us. We're in front of P&W, you're rare. So that's me, and I hope to get to know everybody. Follow me, and thank you again for this.
For sure.
Appreciate you again. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like you said, creating a safe space for men is rare. But I'm Xavier Lawrence. I'm an artist. I'm a producer and a construction worker. You know, I can build your house, I can build your studio, and I can mix your record down. I'm also an artist. Marijuana streaming on all platforms right now.
Fire.
Y'all go get that. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out if you ain't heard it. Yeah, that's the punchline of the song. Yeah, the way I sing it too. Yeah. So you know, appreciate you having us on here. You know, interested to hear everybody's train of thought on these topics that we're gonna be talking about.
We got a lot of topics.
And yeah.
I too want to extend the sentiment that I'm thankful to be here. Thank you for the invite. This panel is beautiful. I love spaces for us. You know what I'm saying? My name is Willie, aka Willie Will. I'm an artist as well. A father, love my children. You know what I'm saying? Lover of God. You know what I mean? Check out WillieWillMusic.com. You know what I'm saying? You could check me out there. Yeah, Jersey to Puget Sound all around.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Word up.
And I guess I'll follow the trend of
Thanking me.
expressing the sentiment, not because it's trendy, but because I appreciate it as well.
Of course.
It's very rare that you get to have these type of things in this community, and that's one thing that Washington's actually good about is creating safe spaces, even though sometimes they're kind of coveted. But I'm Philip House, Royalty Reigns, entertainment, photography. You probably see me, the man behind the cam,
Yep.
I got a lot of different names, Filthy Phil, Vamps. You might see me with the fangs when I'm shooting. I'm always suited, booted, but it's good to be in front of the camera today,
Yes.
not behind. So I do appreciate the invitation.
I also want to thank you for creating this space. Salute to all the brothers that showed up too. It takes a lot of courage to get up
For
here
sure.
and be able to speak and share perspective. So thank you to all of you guys as well. My name is Melvin Slaughter. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm with Twin. I love the town. Everything Seattle. I'm founder of Solutions for Seattle nonprofit.
Yes.
So y'all might hear me in the city. Solutions for Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so.
Yeah, everywhere.
I thought I recognized you. That's where I recognized you from.
Really good at marketing.
Yeah, and we, and for the record, we got love for Tacoma. You know
Always.
what I mean? We got friends from Tacoma, and for those that don't know, we was all the 206. So it's a pleasure to be out here and extend our love, and it's gonna be an amazing time. So.
Thank you.
I almost want to be like, not
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Because everyone is thank you. I'm going to be the different one and be like, fuck that shit. Nah, I'm Cam. I'm probably I am the only white guy. I think I'm the only person from Tacoma as well. Born and raised on the east side. I'm in marketing. I've done music, spoken word. Right now I'm kind of trying to do stand-up comedy. Do a lot of shooting, pictures, video. Haven't taken pictures in a while. Took some L's, personally, and kind of changed up my creative process. But other than that, I'm just interested to hear everybody's opinion and learn. You know what I mean? I think that as men, we got to put more focus on learning about us.
Yes.
Peace and blessings. What's up with y'all? Hey, it's good to see my people. We rock out. A lot of you guys I'm familiar with. Twin, it's dope to see you. My name's Benjamin Khalil, CEO, founder of The Movement Apparel. Other than that, I'm just a dude really figuring out his life, putting this shit together. It's a blessing to be here with you guys. This is my second time in the studio. I did a podcast with Elisha Michelle, so to rock with you guys. Mel, you already know, my brother, like, to see where we gonna go, to kind of, I came here today to gain some growth and possibly place some peace in a place that I need some healing. So to rock out with you black dudes, and a white guy, it's pretty cool.
All right. And you can just hold on to it for a second. Sure. So, and I want to add, before we do move on, yes, you did come to the podcast and we did a show together. And I want to say, till this day, your podcast episode is the highest podcast episode viewed on Legendary Dope Show.
Sure,
so
dope shit.
you had a beautiful story to tell. And I know most of you guys to some degree, some do faces, of course, but we've all been, Facebook fam. So I do appreciate you guys for being here and just wanting to create a space for you guys to just, be able to talk about, yourselves and talk about things that you guys battled, concerns in your community and all of that, fatherhood, accountability. Did anybody watch the episode with the girls? Anybody see it? No, nobody saw it.
I scammed it a little bit.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Say I watched it. I didn't. I shared it a hell of times though.
Well, I appreciate that. So we talked about a lot. The first topic we started talking about was toxicity. A lot of the conversations that we had at that last one was kind of geared towards like dating and just like motherhood and stuff like that. I want to kind of talk about men growing up in your communities and how that was like, and being able to be heard, how schools reacted to you, how family dynamics, growing up in deciding where you guys wanted to be in certain situations, whether it was like, in clubs or sports or gangs or, just like anything like that. So if anybody would like to take the floor first about how it was growing up as a man or a boy in your community.
Let me jump
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it.
My bad. Hey, I'm gonna throw it back to you after this.
Yeah, for me, it took me a while to grow up because I had an idea of what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a good man, but I didn't have anyone in my life that I could pattern myself after. I never saw it. You know what I mean? I had my biological father, my stepfather. My biological father abandoned me. My stepfather abused me. And all I had was examples of what I didn't want to be. You know what I mean? But I never saw before my eyes what I do want. I never saw anybody, man, I want to be like him. Mm-hmm. I want to be that. You know what I mean? Had mad uncles, cousins, everybody got, 11, 13 kids. You know what I mean? 8, 9 baby moms. Nah, no exaggeration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No exaggeration. You know what I mean? Dope dealers. You know what I mean? Cats want to be, in the streets, want to be, you know what I mean? I'm seeing the dudes in my life abandon their responsibilities, abandon their kids, you know what I'm saying? And now their kids growing up wilding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had an idea of what I wanted to be, didn't know how to get there, didn't know how to be that, you know what I'm saying? So I had to fall in the pitfalls, you know what I'm saying? I had to make the mistakes myself because I didn't have nobody telling me, you know what I mean, not to go that route, you know what I'm saying? I did have a pops who told me not to do this, not to do that, but he didn't live by example, you know what I'm saying? And it was like do as I tell you, don't do what I show you. You know what I'm saying? And so growing up was hard. Made some crucial mistakes that routed me. You know what I mean? Was married. You know what I'm saying? Had an affair, and got a divorce. Broke up my family. That was devastating to me. That's one of the biggest regrets of my life. You know what I'm saying? I hate that I broke up my family. You know what I mean? Now my kids live with their mom and their stepdad. You know what I mean? It's really the best case scenario right now, given the circumstances. He's a great dude. We got an understanding. You know what I mean? Okay, that's your wife. I'm not going to cross no boundaries. Those are my kids. Don't cross no boundaries. You know what I mean? And so, it is what it is now. You know what I mean? But, the people always ask, if you could get $10 million right now or go back to age 10 with all the knowledge that you know what I mean, and just do life again, what would you do? Without a shadow of a doubt, man, take me back. You know what I mean? Take me back, you know what I mean, and let me run it back. Let me do a do-over, you know what I'm saying? Because I made so many mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And then I could get to this place quicker, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yep. And Ben?
There we go. Set them on the table.
Yeah, word.
Hey,
The second time I did that.
growing up, childhood, I grew up like my earliest memory, like my dad was gone. My mom was going through her situations with my dad where they had the bad breakup, right? And because they had the bad breakup, my mom was addicted to crack cocaine at the time. So I grew up in that era. I just got out of jail last year, January 27th, from doing 18 years. And this is the first time I've ever been on the streets with my mom clean and sober. Like ever, like my whole life was riddled with her being, like, how do you say that? Like in the form of her addiction. So growing up, we moved from like Springwood, the apartments in Springwood, to Holly Park, and that changed everything. Holly Park was popping, Seattle was popping, but it's different for me now because I remember you can walk down Rainier, and just walking down Rainier, being black was enough to cause fear and apprehension of what the police might do to you. Now you can drive down Rainier and people can do whatever. It's not safe. It's different. It's a total different space. The city then led me to incarceration. I was messed up, going through jail, but now that I'm here with you guys, it helps me learn and it helps me be and it helps me grow where I can embrace growth. I now know what growth is. It's something that you take and you you put into and you keep putting into, and it's an account that you have that you can go back and look at and see what you put into to allow you to keep moving forward. And that's just the process I'm in because the city was ruthless and I don't want to go back. You want to go?
What I realized, because I had the same similar childhood growing up, my mom was addicted to crack cocaine too. So my mom was mom and dad. So she played the role of like the tough, stern, like there was no such thing as really showing emotion. You come to mom and be like, hey, mom, I'm going through some stuff. She like, nigga, anxiety, nigga, get your ass to school. Or, you know, mental health, like what does that even look like, right? And so you start to develop these bad behaviors, these bad habits, and before you know it, it's normalized. So like the dysfunction is normalized. And then you get into high school, you go through middle school, then you get into high school, and now I'm getting kicked out of school because I didn't caught a case, and I'm going through the juvenile system. You know what I mean? So going through that, I too just got out. I just did 14 years in the feds, and I've been home since January 13th of 2025. So 16 months. And I made a commitment to myself to come home and pour back into myself, pour back into my daughter, because I got a 20-year-old now, and just show up, you know, because I think bro mentioned the power of presence. I now understand what that means. It means being emotionally available. It means being mentally available. It means like, yeah, it don't even matter if you got money or not. The value comes in just being there because you can work towards the financial stability. And so like, you know, me and my 20-year-old, we bump heads all the time. You know, she trying to tell me what to wear. You know, tell me how to move. I'm like Mel and bro, y'all could attest to this. Man, we was making moves before content creating was even a thing.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about? Yeah, like really? Like I come home and I look on everybody's profile and everybody's a content creator. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like I had to like wrap my mind around like this new world and just reimagining what it would look like to come home after being away a decade and just being a hands-on father, being a hands-on community leader, and just pouring into myself. So being able to be in a space like this where we can unpack, you know, because we didn't have therapists. There was no such thing as like, I'm going to go to psychology and go talk to the psychologist in prison. You know what I mean? So we created groups like this where we can unpack and talk about fatherhood and talk about what a healthy marriage looks like and what being a father looks like and a community leader. So that was kind of how I got to where I'm at right now. So.
First off, I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys are great examples of never giving up.
Yeah.
And both of you guys came home and hit the ground running. I mean,
Facts.
that. Like,
Facts.
you was locked down running a business, dog. You think that's little? That's not.
Not at all.
At all. You hit the ground running. Super proud of you. Super proud of you, bro. You've been in the community just like you said. I ain't seen you stop at all. You guys really been killing it and putting on like you're supposed to. And I appreciate both of you guys. But with me coming up in Seattle, community saved me. Honestly, it'd be 100 with you. Street saved me. My family was more focused on the wrong things. You know, we come from that era where, like you said, do as I say, not as I do. And then also, my parents are so mad at each other. We're just in the middle of their beef. And so community really saved me and my brother. The reason we started doing events was because of a community, and it saved us. We grew up in the street. We were around everything that's bad as kids. But literally doing events and parties and then having families outside of our own saved us. Blood's like never been thicker than water with us. So that's why we have the community we have. It just translates to Facebook. That don't make who I am. I literally have these same people in real life. So that's how me and my brother came up. Honestly, it's almost to the point of where being black as a young man to me was only being recognized when you're in service or when you're doing something. So that's kind of my experience, was only being acknowledged when I'm doing something, only being acknowledged when I'm providing something. So unlearning that and putting myself in better experiences and places, it's been good, and it's also been a challenge because it's a lifestyle change. And then being in Seattle, to be black from the inner city is rare nowadays. It's totally rare. It's not what it used to be, where it's 80% black people. It's 3%, maybe 2%.
Yeah.
And, you know, to find that safe space, to have those people, it's tough now. So it's tough seeing the city I come from that helped make me going through what it's going through, but at the same time, it made me who I am, and I'm very thankful for that. But coming up as a black man in Seattle, it was a different look because I come from the cultured area. I come from an area of real knowledge and morality and people really standing up. And now it's kind of just scattered everywhere. It's not just the street code. It's literally life in Seattle right now for black people. We have to create that stronghold again and get those things back in places. So honestly, my upbringing was, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it wasn't good. But I was very blessed to have community, blessed to believe in God my whole life, and have somebody to pray to when I feel like nothing was there. I've had my fair share of dealings in the streets. You know, I was addicted to lean for 10 years. It looked cool, sound cool, it's not. But just, we didn't have therapy, nobody telling us what to do. I lose a little brother in 2009. I don't know how to deal with it. I just start sipping, and I'm sipping, and I don't know it's heroin. And so I had to unlearn things. I had to go through rehab. I had to kick it, and it was, don't ever, might as well.
Proud of
leave
you.
it alone, for real. So it's different things I can tell you, but overall, I'm blessed to come with how I came up, and even the good and bad I'm thankful for, because I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't have the real relationships or even be in a room with people like this bearing it all, like men being able to tell what they're doing and what they're going through. So,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
In 10 years, like, looking back now, how much money did you spend on rent? How much did that cost? Like, you know, like...
I'm be 1,000 with you. Anybody's ever sipped lean, they done added it up before. Nah, seriously. That's real talk. That's real talk. Yeah.
Hey, the reason I ask you this is because there's, like, I have a cousin, when I put my phone down, and they told me, put your phone down, I'm like, all right, I have a cousin who's watching our live right now, and I tell this nigga, bro, stop with that shit, bro, I hate it, right? And I says, and I asked him this, how much? And he says, I don't want to count it. I don't never want to count it.
He's counted it. He don't want to tell you. And I was sipping.
You don't want to tell you.
I sipped from 2009 to 2016, and so basically,
Because your shit.
nah, more than that. It's 100 ball in the first. Yeah, nah, it's probably like 400-500.
Sweet God.
Half a ticket, not knowing it, high,
So tell these
running
people
from
to buy
stuff.
some property or invest
That's
in
what I tell people now. Like when I do my cars and stuff, they see the cars I do
go to sleep.
or certain stuff I like jewelry. I tell them that's why I invest in now. If it's not my kids, it's stuff that I like, that I appreciates, that I really, can care for. Because there was a time where I was spending hella money on lean, hella money on weed. And then in that lifestyle, you have to do other things within that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it's not just you doing the drugs, it's you going with the lifestyle that goes along with it. So it's, like I said, it's a lifestyle change. I haven't even drank alcohol in 2 years. I had to give that up. No alcohol in 2 years. I only drink lemon and water for the past 2 years. I'll have a smoothie in the morning and I'll eat one meal a day. It's a lifestyle change. So that's the hardest part about unlearning stuff, is that, I can do this and do that, but you got to change things you do in your life as well. You just ain't changing this one thing and it's just going to stop. No, you have to change where you go, certain people you're around.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that, so.
Anybody else?
I give a little duality because I'm technically, I'm not born and raised in Washington, but I'm attracted to Washington because it's got a lot of promising things. But I think I spent the beginning of my life, I was with my parents. My parents were together, and I had that household relationship, and then my parents split apart, and I think I was like 1 or 2. And then from there, I just remember my dad took off. I went with my dad. My dad was Marine, callous, and I was raised real militant, worked out. He'd go to like a store and get like the old copies of Scholastic books, photocopy it, and give me files of work. I was a scholar all day. So I'd had academics and physical workouts that I was raised on. I played every sport. And he raised me like a young soldier, but my dad was callous. He wasn't, I wasn't raised with like hugging your dad and all that shit. So I traveled, and I spent a year with my dad and then a summer with my mom. So I would spend not one full year in one place until I was 18. So with me traveling though so much, and they're moving around in different cities, different places, I grew up fast because I was soaking in so many different scenes and so many different places. Because when you go out, I'd come out here to Seattle, and then I'd go back and I'd be in New Jersey, and they'd be like, they thought it was like preppy white people all day. They're like, what are you doing in Seattle? I'm like, nah, there's a lot of shit going on. It's nothing like what you guys think. Yeah, they're like, it's like, but at the same time, I was changing myself, so I was like started wearing like a little more button ups, a little more, you know. So they were like, "Oh, see, I was getting you different," and I'm like, "Well, I'm just, I'm trying to grow, you know." So when I seen like the examples of the people that I grew up with, like straight in the streets, you know, it was the stuff that was people looked up to were things that you would see as immoral. Most people would, you know, it's stuff that later on in life you start reflecting on. You know, your 10 years spent in the lifestyle or whatever you did, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of that going on, but because I was growing up and becoming more world weary than other people, I started seeing that it was my duty to kind of like, when I go back to the hood, like, come on, bro, we can make a move. I remember I had a buddy, I'm trying to start a business, and he's like, you can't start a business. You can't. I'm like, yeah, you can. I'm like, you can start a business.
Actually.
Yeah, he's like, nah, we got to make some plays. I'm like, no, we can start a business. I'm like,
Yeah.
So it's growing up and showing me that diversity was kind of the main thing. So when I started seeing what people were going through, I started feeling the obligation to kind of be somebody more than just like if you got the power, it's a shame to waste it. It's more, you know what I mean? So it's kind of funny because before I started doing the photography and stuff like that, I was doing a business advocate and helping people behind the scenes. What got me into photography was so many people that I knew needed something. They needed branding, pictures. They needed a photographer. They needed this. So I was actually helping people with branding and marketing. And it's funny because when you were locked up, Bang, I have mad respect for you, man. You were actually called me. You might not remember. We talked when you were locked up, and you were on Messenger hitting me up before. That's why I can attest to, like, he hit the ground running.
He can't see it. So
Before. So I
still can't see it.
listen, I'm explaining to you something. I'm on the streets running around. People are hitting me up all the time. I'm giving behind the scenes business advisory to people. And they're thinking like, because I had a clothing brand at the time, they think my main thing is, oh, he's making clothing, he's doing da-da-da. But I got somebody else. I'm puppeteering stuff. And so somebody tells me, hey, I got this guy. He's looking to start a brand. He needs to talk to somebody. And it was you. And I'm talking to him, and straight up, he's like, you gave me your whole, and I was like, man, I love what you're doing. And I was like, I don't have the manufacturer that you were looking for. I think I referred you to somebody or something, man. But and then you got out, and it was at the beginning. But you weren't even out. I'm like, this man was hitting me up like I'm lining shit up. And I was like, look, hit this other person up. They got you with the resources you need. And now look at how you're moving. So it's just the way that the world works, man. You just never know. And that's why it's like when I was growing up, I wanted people to see these examples because, like I think you were saying, I became what I seen the absets of. You know what I mean? It wasn't there, so it was like you start bringing it in. I didn't grow up. This ain't how I grew up. I didn't see people growing up. I grew up with the XL baggy shirts. We out there, I got the bandana to match over the Timbs. You know what I mean? That's how I grew up, and it changed the duality of me traveling around and being in so many scenes, and I started feeling different about myself.
Yeah.
And feeling the obligation to actually, use the power. But it is a pleasure to see how everybody's kind of, you never know how somebody's raised.
So I got another interesting story as well. The first time, like I vividly, it's interesting. This is the first time I'm hearing that you was locked up. You know what I'm saying, for that long, because I've been out here. I'm originally from here. I'm a military brat. My dad was my mom and dad met in Germany. My mom got pregnant. I was supposed to be born in Alaska. My family's from Anchorage, and my mom's from Panama. But I was born out here, but I grew up in Columbus, Georgia. I've been out here since 2015. The first time I remember meeting you was at Legendary up in Seattle.
At Auburn.
And
you didn't meet him at the first one?
I don't think no, we did then. Yeah. That was the first time I met you was in Auburn. And you walked up to me and you said my name. And so and it was cool, but I didn't remember you at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I meet people all the time. He's just somebody who know me because, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm known for, I was, I performed. You know what I'm saying? But no, because I performed at that one. So, I'm known for, I performed at that one and I'm known for engineering and being an artist and whatnot. So that's kind of, exactly how I but we had already had rapport, like he said, you know what I'm saying? And And I was just like, damn, I didn't even know you was locked up that long. And seeing how you're moving right now, you know what I'm saying? Like that's motivational. You know what I'm saying? That's like when I was going through the topics earlier, certain things like it was a certain point where I was at I was moving a certain kind of way because my business was good, but there was a pivot point and things kind of fell apart, and I completely lost and I forgot who I was, you know what I'm saying? So hearing stories like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I didn't even know you've been out 16 months. And like the whole time I've been sitting here trying to figure it out. We done crossed paths a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? And every time I cross paths with y'all, it's always been righteous, you know what I'm saying? It's been good energy, good vibes, like what's up, good to see you, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And that news is just motivational for me because like I'm on a transitional path right now, getting back to Xavier Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up as a military brat, like my dad, he was there. He everything was there. The house was there. My mom was there. She was a nurse and whatnot. I'm a middle child. I got two brothers. But my dad wasn't really there. He only came back, you know what I'm saying, and put his foot down. You know what I'm saying? And then took us to go, and then took us to Brewster's, and we went to fly a little RC plane or whatever, and then come back to the house and do chores and get back to, once we've had some little time or whatever, we play a game or whatever, go outside, do whatever, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Now, I didn't really start, gaining traction as far as like, with the music and stuff like that until till like 2018 when I was going to the Art Institute of Atlanta, when I moved to Atlanta from Columbus, Georgia. And I was up there from like 2010 to like 2015. And then that's when I came out here. Everybody's like, well, why the fuck you moved to Seattle from? Well, Callie Reed is my cousin.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? That's my blood cousin. His
Oh,
mom
Callie
and my
Reed, a
dad
legend.
are, you know what I'm saying, our brother and sister. So that's my first cousin. So, and at the time, him, he just branched off from Second Family, but Second Family had already, that was my model of how to, so I was like, damn, I got a cousin out here doing this shit. I'm finna go out here and do this, you know what I'm saying? Because I got into engineering because I couldn't find producers to get the sound that I wanted. And the producer I had, Rob, I love you, I love telling this story. He used to tell me no. And I'm like, damn, okay. How you gonna tell me this on fire? But you gonna tell me no? You know what? Fuck it. I got a computer at home. I can do this too. So I did it. And if it wasn't for him telling me no, I wouldn't be Xavier Lawrence, the engineer, the singer. I wouldn't be who I am. So shout out to Rob. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm so passionate about stuff. Like it's like it's gotta get out. It's gotta be done. Like, and you can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the attitude that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? That I see. That's that dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I salute, man. I ain't even got no brim, but I'm tipping my hat to y'all boys right now, bro. For real.
That's what got me so far is the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
You know what
know.
I'm saying?
All right.
And that's
Matter of fact,
I don't even like
my
you.
cousin in here telling you that I told him no about the party.
Yep.
But he didn't tell you why I told him no. We'll get back to that later.
But that's, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of, like right now with this song Marijuana, like I was done with music. I dropped a song called No More on my birthday, February 24th. I had a conversation with my 7-year-old, and I told her I was I'm kind of done with music because I'm asking her what she wants to do. She's into production. She's into what I do. I also do 3D designs and stuff. Like she's into all of that. So I'm asking her, and she starts singing one of my songs off my Statute of Limitations project called Till It's Gone. She got it on her iPad, and I melted, and I'm like, I'm done, she's like, I think you got a lot of life left in you, so I put out No More. Now that's her favorite song. And then I end up putting out, but I didn't promote that. Then I started Seeding the Cloud. Marketing is very important. That's another reason why I got into all the other aspects of things like with XLMG TV, you know what I'm saying, doing, that's why I got into all that because of marketing. But I started Seeding the Cloud with Marijuana. People knew I could sing. Shout out to Elisha. She gave me my platform to start getting back to myself at
thank
that
you.
event when we met for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, I hadn't performed for like 3 years. But
It's okay.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. It happens.
Cam, did you want to? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, let's shout out Callie Reed.
Period.
That's the homie right there. I think our stories are similar. Mine's a little bit different, obviously coming from the white perspective. I grew up on the east side, lower than Shalashan, like Portland Avenue Park. I'm an old head. I'm about to be 50 in like 2 years. Yeah.
You look good for a white female.
Period.
Thank you. Porcelain don't crack. Porcelain don't crack. That shit just shatters. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away all at once. I'm gonna be good. This is gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone after that. I remember, like, I was lucky, man. I remember, like, when we could go outside and just play, and there wasn't no gang banging and no shit like that. And then, like, you know, the east side had probably changed to like 88, 86, and I was still young. But I remember being like second grade and being like, oh shit, that was a drive-by in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember when crack came. I remember when the gangbanging got real. You know what I mean? It wasn't just some community activists on the hill. It was some Crip and Blood shit, right?
Yeah.
I remember my mom getting hooked. You know what I mean? My pops was around. My mom's wasn't. She was always chasing dudes or drugs. My pops was around, but he was a truck driver, so he was always gone. So I was raised by, like, you know, my best friend's mom and my best friend's brothers. Yeah. I wouldn't even play sports if it wasn't for the Breers. The Breers is like, I wouldn't even be half the man I am if it wasn't for them. Because it was 4 brothers and they all played sports and there wasn't no crying. We played hallway football. You put a mattress down in the hallway and you go to football and you just be bouncing off the hallways. Bye. And if you cried, they would put you in a figure 4. Just make it worse. Yeah. They was like, we making you a man today. So, yeah, shout out to the Breers for that shit, for that trauma. But my pops was cool. He was always there emotionally. And he would give me a hug. He would tell me he was proud of me and shit. But, you know, Vietnam and shit fucked him up. So he preferred to be gone and on the road. He actually died on the road.
Sorry.
And then my mom wasn't really around. I was in 4th grade, and I packed up my stuff. It was the beginning of the school year. It was September. And I was like, I'm never living with you again.
Okay.
My grandmom's coming to pick me up. And I never lived with her again after that.
Oh, wow.
She's still alive. She's a much better person now. She had to go through her growth process. I think that we come from the generation where we was being raised by people who were raised by people who were raised by people who were traumatized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the one thing I took from mine was I've been locked down, but only for like days. So I'm not even comparing my shit to y'all's. I have a brother that did 10 years, and I would go visit him every month and shit. The most I ever did is 10 days. You know what I mean? Y'all did 15, 6, that shit's crazy. I can't even go into a visit, scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean?
I refuse to go to I can't even go back to
I wouldn't if I was you. I would never even go to the parking lot if I was you.
Right.
Fuck that shit. But I was lucky in seeing the example and growing up in it and being around it to not do it. I ain't never did blow. I don't do that. I smoke weed and I drink. I might eat some mushrooms every once in a while. But yeah, I don't fuck. Yeah. Plus, I seen at a young age, you don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? When a dude got a car and all that shit, and then in a month he's giving you the car for the bag. Even at 10 years old, that math is not mathing. Now I'm 12 bumping an Escort. Like, what the hell's going on? No, it was black. It was black. It was crazy. So I had a kid. I had a kid when I was a kid. I had a kid when I was 18.
18?
Yeah, I got a daughter. She's about to be 30 this year.
Goodness.
And I tell her all the time, she's my lighthouse. She saved my life because the streets, I'm still addicted to the streets. Like, I still love the life. You know, I be out, I be kicking it. Like, the streets is my number one addiction. Like, I love the streets. I love being out with my people.
Yeah.
I love kicking it. I mean, that shit will be my downfall. I know that. But it saved me enough. My daughter saved me enough and got me square-bared enough to where that was all I cared about. So I hustled my ass off because I wasn't going to be absent like my pops was, and I wasn't going to be a drug addict or fight my demons like my mom's was and just be gone on my own. So I couldn't work, right? Because working, you gone. Yeah. So I hustled I hustled. They don't call me Killer Cam because I got bodies. I sold the best weed you can find. The dispensaries ain't got weed like I had back in the 90s and 2000s. So I just moved what I could move, and I was a stay-at-home parent for like 10, 12 years, and I raised 4 kids. Oh, a plus one. So I got 5. A plus one. So 4 daughters and 1 son. 2 native and 3 mixed kids. And I would tell you, I would not be here without them. And now they all grown.
White kid?
Nah, I ain't never been with a white lady. I
You never been with a white lady ever. Well, growing on the
I
east
messed
side.
around with a white girl, but I ain't never slept with a white girl. I didn't take her back to the cave. I didn't take her back to the
I'll get my
cave.
kind.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard this from a man before. Like,
I don't date white girls.
like,
I don't date white.
She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. No, I ain't never been with a white girl.
No white cakes?
No, not that I can remember. Allegedly, no. No. I mean, I messed with a couple, but I ain't. Not my thing. Yeah, peaky in the brain. But now my kids is old. My youngest is about to graduate, and now I got the opposite. Now I don't got no structure. Now they just gone.
Now you're like, I'm back.
I didn't do my job. Now they're gone. Like, wait, what happened to my killer team over here? Like, now I got nothing. I'm just sitting here like, do. So,
Back to the streets,
the streets is calling. Next thing, look, that's why I'm doing comedy. That's why you see me. That's why you see me here right now.
But
You know? I gotta be like, yo.
but you're outside in a good way. I see you're supporting
I got
people.
caught
You
by the
come to
police
my
a little bit
events. You're
ago
doing the
and stuff,
comedy,
but-
so it's a little bit different. He's like, I'm in the streets, but he's like doing good shit, guys. It's not bad shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I met you hella times.
I seen you. Yeah, I remember.
Because you look familiar.
You be all over the internet. Solutions
I know
for
a couple
Seattle.
cats. You know Lenore L Train? That's one of my best friends. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I know L
So-
Train. Hey, shout out Goodie Bag.
I'm gonna move on. A lot of the conversations that we had talked about the power of presence. I can speak as a girl. Most of us, we're kind of around the same age to some extent. Most of us have probably had some family member who had some dealings with substance abuse or something of that nature, and not necessarily, or having the parent that had to work 3 jobs, so they were never home, or having, the parent that was addicted to drugs, so they wasn't very present. Now we're in a society where there's this narrative that I feel like we're trying to bring that back. I feel like the parenting were way more present than our parents probably were, trying to not be like our parents in a sense. How important is that for you guys to make sure that you're present with these kids that are all different ages? I have a 4-year-old. I know some of you guys got teenagers. You guys got whole adults. How hard was that? I guess from different aspects of being incarcerated and coming out, not being present as much as you wanted to be, co-parenting situations. Anybody want to go first?
I just want to say, I heard a couple people say similar things to my situation of growing up. Of your dad didn't teach you what to do; he showed you what not to do, and so that's how me and my brother go about being fathers, because we had a dad that showed us what not to do. I'm gonna do everything I can to get my kids to be with my kids. I'm gonna go through things and that's the generation I believe were more coddled than we were.
Yeah.
Our grandpa and grandmas worked really hard, gave them everything they needed. I really think that's the spoiled generation. But that's just me. Because when it comes to us, we are being more present, not because most of us seen it and we enjoyed it. Because, my dad never told me he was proud of me. My dad never came to none sports or came to an event. I done a lot of different things. I'm an Emmy Award winner. My dad wasn't there. So it's a lot of things where I hear us talking, I can say that we learned off experience, but a reverse.
You're a what winner?
Say it again. Go
Emmy
ahead.
Award winner.
Period. Listen. Hey, and
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Legendary
it.
Dope Show. I've had multiple Emmy Award winners at Legendary Dope
Yeah,
Show
you know what I'm
on the
talking
couch.
about?
So
Hello?
period. I
Why
love
not
that.
us?
Love
Why
that.
not us?
Yes,
Why not us?
congratulations.
I appreciate the love, but I only say that to say that. Nah. I do appreciate it, and then it just goes back to saying that what my dad didn't do, it teaches me to do. I show up for everything for my kids. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
You be throwing a stick see how far it goes. I'm gonna be there. You know.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of our experiences is we know what hurt us, we know what we didn't like, and I don't want my kids to feel like that because I don't even know how my kids feel until I ask them. But I know as a kid how I felt when my dad didn't show up or my dad said he'll do this and it didn't happen. So I think that's a lot of our upbringings, and I think my generation of fathers are great. I see a lot of good dads that are really hands-on and really show up, and we go through a lot of things as we do, but I believe that we got a great generation of fathers that's here and that's going to be here and going through a lot. But it's from what we've been through ourselves because a lot of us didn't have the perfect example or the father that shows up. And if he was there, wasn't emotionally attached or wasn't supportive. So I think it's situational, but for the most, I think our generation is doing great from what we went through.
For sure.
Like you just said, you wouldn't even know how your kids feel until you ask them. But you ask them.
Yeah.
No one asked us.
Nobody asked us.
Actually, they told us they don't give a fuck.
Like, you all right? You gonna be okay? Shake it off.
I said, your dad said what? Hey, man, you know. That's real, though. So that's love, man. I love that.
Yeah, no, the power of presence, especially in fatherhood, is definitely important with kids. I got 2 daughters. I got a 7-year-old and I got a 3-year-old. And my joke with them is always, this the only time y'all gonna be half each other's age. It's like, nuh-uh. I'm like, all right, you do the math. Let me know later. Mm-hmm. But let me know how that's gonna work out for you. But I'll be real. I could do a little bit better. It's kind of hard juggling, you know, because it's the first time I've had, you know, 2 baby moms, dealing with a cool one and one who's not so cool at times. Would not recommend. You know, and the one that's not so cool at times is where, you know, I there's certain triggers, you know. I live with it. I live with one every single day when I ball my hand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain triggers that just warrant me to not even want to pick up the phone. And it's not because I don't want to talk to my kid.
Yeah.
It's because I don't want to deal with her mom.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with her family. I don't want to deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the first thing you have to deal with.
So it
when you separate anyway.
You know, it keeps me away from my kid. You know what I'm saying? I just recently had her for a week, and it took that entire week to get her to shake her habits. You know what I'm saying? Everything started. No, it took that entire week for her to get comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Being there, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she's used to being a certain kind of way. Now she's about to go through adjustments because she ain't the baby no more. But that's a whole other story. But with my first one, you know, she's, like I said, she's been there. She's been on my desk when she was a baby in the studio during sessions. She told me what a camera was when I asked her about YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's things like that. Like with my dad, I knew he drew. You know, I knew he's a dope artist. Like he could paint pictures, all that stuff. But as far as like hobbies and stuff like that, I didn't get to, you know what I'm saying, see all of that. You know what I'm saying? I knew he worked on cars. You know, I knew he was a mechanic. I would see him do certain stuff. You know, but he was kind of like a just do it, don't really ask. So for any of the clients that I have that, you know, I be getting a little rude with in the studio, you kind of see where that stems from. I apologize. just when you see me on the
Don't
desk
ask
like
me
this,
questions.
when you see me do this number, then ask me something. But when I'm like this and I'm locked in and you see this hand going like this, just let me do my thing. Do my Dougie.
Hey, Elisha, remember that day he was there? He was like, has any niggas ever try to tell you how to rap?
You're like, nigga, no, I actually have that on camera. You're like, what?
I need that clip. But yeah, that power presence, and even just in relationships in general, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a balance, especially when you're an entrepreneur, entrepreneur by force and choice, you know. But circumstances are preventing you from utilizing some of the skills that you have to get high-paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to deal with every emotion, you know, and when you're, as a man, some of the emotions that we deal with can't be displayed. And when they are displayed, they overshadow, one incident can overshadow years of foundation porn. You know what I'm saying? And it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? On a Juneteenth at a pool party. To this day, I'm hearing about what I did on that bottle of Crown Royal Black.
Oh boy. When you said Crown Royal, I already knew it was bad. Woo, lucky we all got a story.
Like, but you know, it's a balance. You got to balance. You know what I'm saying?
Crown Royal and black.
It's crazy.
You know it's Juneteenth.
I had on
Juneteenth.
black short, had Crown Black, big gallon of that motherfucker. We had a black
gallon.
party. You know what I'm saying?
Blacked out.
He blacked out and was ugly. Black.
I saw a video. Look, I saw a video. I'm hosting. I'm on the mic. The other host behind me. I'm like this. Doc, where you at? He's like, I'm right here. I said, oh. It's on video. Like, but, you know, I was hosting.
I'm thinking your attention.
Right.
I was hosting.
Get him some water or something.
That
Crown
was
is
like- that
crazy.
was like
Crown
8
Black is
years.
crazy.
That was like-
My
That
goodness.
was like 8 years ago, but yeah. But you know, but like in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with your spouse, you know, you might feel like, you know, just because you're physically there, you know, I'm here, I ain't outside talking to nobody, I ain't in no girls' faces and whoop-de-whoop, but you might just be there, you might just be on the game, or you might just be working on your hobby, or you might just be writing your jokes, or you might just be, and when she's trying to converse with you, you hearing her, but you're not really listening, so you're not really present in, you know what I'm saying, satisfying, you know, the needs of what she might want. So, you know, that's important too.
Facts.
You know, to take that time and really, I call it chilling the fuck out, you know, and dialing in. Chill out and dial in.
Period.
You know, to your life around you and not the things that you do and provide.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I think that we are the first generation of parents or fathers that has even tried to do something different than what our parents did. I think that, you know, even from like the days of slavery, you know what I mean? Like they beat their kids and they beat their kids and they beat their kids, you know what I mean?
lot of
And our
beating.
parents beat us and we're like, hold on. I don't think I want to do that to my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like them beatings was real and traumatized us in ways.
Sometimes you could have talked to me.
You could, right, yo.
What it was, I was like,
You could have just asked me about this.
Yo, listen. Some of
Start
my
talking to
worst beatings was so unnecessary, man. You did not have to do that to me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And yo, I was a kid, still traumatized. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You know, so now it's like we are the generation of trying to figure out how to do something different. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like our generation, like I was a full grown adult, you know, already, you know, late 30s, early 40s, where the conversations around mental health just started, you know what I mean? Because like back in the day, mental health mean you got to go to the loony bin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mental health mean you're insane and you need to be locked up. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like straight jacket type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that mental health is just something that, you know, there's events that have taken place, you know what I mean, or circumstances that took place that now you're not okay. You know what I'm saying? Because of what it did to you. And, you know, we learn a lot of that from our kids, really, if we be honest. You know what I mean? My daughter has taught me so much about, you know, just psychology, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, but there are some things that I won't say my parents got right, but I think that element was important, such as discipline. There's so many kids, you know what I mean, who have not been disciplined by their parents because they didn't want to do the same thing that was done to them.
Yeah.
So now they totally dismiss discipline altogether. And now these kids are so disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, instilling respect and discipline is a healthy part, you know what I'm saying, of parenting. You know, the way it's done, we could talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do not have to beat me like that. You know what I mean? And I realize I don't have to beat my kids like that, but I'm going to still keep them in check. You best believe. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's another thing. But my pops, he was so unapproachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was... So, you know, coming up, I mean, the reason I'm an artist today, my pop was a music dude, but he was Joe Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Me and all my brothers, I got 4 brothers. We had a little Temptations, Jackson 5 type group, you know what I'm saying? None of us really wanted to do it, but he made us do it. Now, since him and his group didn't make it, he trying to live out his dreams through us. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, we getting beat for, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was really Joe Jackson like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was like that. But
it's a 2-step.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I want to do discipline so different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And but again, I don't got nobody to show me what that looked like. So now you know what I mean? So it's like there's so much figuring out on my own that I got to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I talk to my kids like, hey, let's check in. How's daddy doing? You know what I mean? Just as a dad, where can I step up? How can I be better for y'all? You know what I mean? And they give me some real conversations. And you know what I mean? My kids are intelligent and intellectual, and they're able to articulate, you know, their feelings and emotions, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But they help me father them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what's different with us, that we're actually taking the advice from our kids and then learning, you know what I mean? Because we wasn't able to tell our parents, hey, I couldn't tell my dad or my mom, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is where I think you could
they tell you
parent be better.
Tell you to stay in a child's place and you don't pay no bills.
Yo, right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's one area I got to pat us on the back, you know what I mean? Is that, yo, we'll listen.
Some logical stuff to keep that hand from.
Right.
And then, we can talk about it. Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, we acknowledge you. All right, you got that. You got a point. You got a point.
I asked my daughter, I said, how's daddy doing? How things going? Yeah. My daughter, and she goes, yeah, actually, great, daddy doing great. But when you text me, can you use better punctuation?
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I got the big dog.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think we got there's some pros and cons for our generation. You know what I mean? I think we're doing a lot better than our parents. You know what I'm saying? But we're the generation that is learning, and that's across the board. We're the generation where everything switched technologically. You know what I'm saying? So like before, you know what I mean? Like we remember typewriters. You know what I'm saying? Like we records. You know what I'm saying? Like and we
listening to music or comedy was on record.
Yeah. I remember Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I remember the switch. You know what I mean? When they're born into it. You know what I'm saying?
I had a cassette player too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Walkman. Come on, remember the Walkman? So
he's got Walkman right now. He's
hilarious.
I love how trends come back around. He's actually doing a whole thing with new music on a cassette tape player with a USB port.
That's dope. Yeah, you know what I mean? So
CDs go out of style, DVDs.
Yeah,
it's all gonna come back around. It's all gonna come back around.
We done been through so many forms of media. You know what I'm saying? Like email started. You know what I mean? And we're like, we had to switch everything from analog and handwritten, you know what I mean, cursive, you know what I'm saying, to now being
They don't even teach cursive no more.
That's wild. Yeah. That's wild.
I gotta teach my daughter how to write in cursive myself.
See, that's crazy, yo. And so my oldest son,
check this out, yo. This is wild. My oldest son is a network engineer for Microsoft, making
Nice.
over $200K
Period.
a year because he taught himself how to code.
Man, that's
You
like
know
that
what I mean?
MySpace
And
shit,
he-
and we had paid a little bit more attention.
Yeah, right. But
It used to pop up like the side.
Yeah, it was code.
Yo,
If you was really good at it.
MySpace,
That's
remember?
what they had.
Remember MySpace?
It was teaching us.
It was teaching us how to code.
Black Planet.
Yeah.
Black Planet.
With the little fall and everything.
Yo,
You got
come on,
music, backgrounds, falling stuff.
MySpace, Black Planet, yo, you know what I mean? But that was like, it was a whole new language, that was like learning Chinese, you know what I'm saying? But they're grown, that like they grew up, you know what I mean? And like it's crazy because all the kids, they got laptops at school. You know what I'm saying? Like that they carry around and bring home. We had to go to the computer lab and, you know what I mean, have an hour on the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just totally different. We had to learn everything while they, you know what I mean? Like our parents didn't even try to learn. Our kids, they were born into it, but the transition was with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of navigating that transition. You know what I mean? It's been tough, but we killing it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We
Proud
killing
of all
it.
of you guys, for
Word.
real. And then, yeah, guys, go ahead.
I got a unique story about my 20-year-old. When I was in prison, she had wrote me a letter about getting into college. In her letter, it was an essay, and the essay was titled "Superhero First the Villain." So as I read her essay to get into college, she was talking about me and her mom was the villain, and she had to become her own superhero. But for me, I loved it.
Motivation.
I read it a million times.
Yeah.
You know, I shared a little bit with her mom. She hung up on me, but that's another story. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and that was like the first moment in my healing journey as far as parenting. I was able to like hold myself accountable. I was in the cell. You can't run from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't shake it. You're on 23 lockdown. I'm reading it. You know that in other books, but that was like the first moment in like where it really hit me as a parent. I'm like, damn, Mel. I had a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. I left. Melody was 4 turning 5. I came home. She was 18 turning 19.
Yeah.
So I missed this huge gap.
Yeah.
But when I come home, it was like she didn't have no resentment, like no type of hate. Cause that's all I prayed about was like, God, just protect my baby. I'll be there in a minute. You know,
Yeah.
I kept reminding myself, I'll be there in a minute. Year after year after year. And I seen her, you know, and I had a cell phone, so I was FaceTiming her. Dad, why you got that phone? Don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Girl, shut up. Pick up the phone.
Like we lit.
Yeah, yeah. Answer that phone. I gotta see that face now, you know. So like, and then she ended up getting into college. Dope letter.
yeah.
I mean, dope essay. I kept it. I read it all the time. That's my motivation. And yeah, I still read it. And she was just talking about like my mom and my dad were villains in my life. You know what I mean? You guys abandoned me, and you guys, you know, she has social anxiety because she moved from place to place to place with her mom, and you know, her father was in federal prison, and I dropped her off, went on the run, and I got a 15-year sentence. I was gone. You know, so that was the first time I had to really, really like answer to anybody, and it was my baby, you know, as far as parenting, and you know what I mean, because I was in survival mode for so long, it just became the normal, just grinding. I'm grinding, or like, and what I realized in that healing journey is that the first step is like taking accountability, because a lot of times we have accountability with rebuttal. Well, I was hustling because I was paying bills for you.
Yeah.
Instead of, no, I hear you, baby. I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With no rebuttal.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And so
Absolutely.
when I was able to like take that accountability, that's how I really started healing for myself as a father. And I'm like, damn. And then there was no, people always get this weird misconception when you're, when you go to prison and you come home, like you're trying to catch up. It's like, no, I'm just here right now.
You had an
You know
iPhone
what I
in
mean?
jail. You
Like,
ain't trying to catch
yeah,
up.
like,
You there.
yeah,
Running.
yeah.
If I didn't know you guys served time, I would think that you
Yeah.
guys been outside doing this the whole time.
Yeah. And another cool thing is too about parenting is like consistently just showing up. So like for me, right, how like even now that I'm out, because my daughter, shout out to Mel, she got her own nonprofit as well.
Yeah.
At 20 years old. So we're breaking generational curses. This was all her idea.
Yeah.
She came up with the name.
Aw.
And one thing she said, in like she was on a podcast a few weeks ago, and she said the lady asked her, like, or the interviewer asked her, well, how do you feel about, like being a young black woman and having confidence? And she said, I caught it. She said, well, I really didn't I started getting a lot of my confidence about a year and a half ago. Well, guess who came home a year and a half ago?
Dad.
You feel me? So I just include Mel into everything.
Yes.
I don't care if I got an interview, if
Yeah.
I'm going to the community center, job interview, wherever I'm at, you're gonna see Mel
And
right
I
with
met
me.
your daughter, and she's a beautiful young lady, very, very sweet and kind when I talked to her, very just like a well-rounded girl, I could tell. So you should be very, very proud. We met each other for the first time at
Yes.
Deontay Damper's birthday party.
Yes.
She was there. She's so cute. I loved her style, everything about her. So
Yeah.
a superstar for sure.
Yeah, so when you talk about the power of presence, I'm like actually living through it right now and just seeing it. And I like the other brothers. My mom and them didn't tell me like, son, I'm proud of you. But guess who did? My daughter.
Yeah.
One thing I'll share. She said a couple weeks ago she had a prayer box, and she messaged me out the blue. She was like, Dad, I got this prayer box, and in this prayer box, I was asking God to bring my dad home and help him through all his trauma. And Dad, I'm proud of you, man. Not only are you stepping up for me, but I also see you putting a lot of work in and pouring into the community as well. And I just want you to know I'm proud of you. I was like, damn, for the first time in my entire life, somebody said
So
they
they're
proud
of you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was an athlete. I hooped. I did all type of shit.
It was like
I ain't never had nobody
it was
show
like
up.
it was a different kind of tough love with us
man.
growing up. I feel like
CAYA, shout out to CAYA, Garfield Community Center, but like just growing up, so being at this space now where I'm 43 years old, my daughter's 20, and we're building some great organizations throughout the city, and soon to be nationally recognized is just a beautiful thing. So that's the power of presence.
Period. Anybody else?
I'll say something quick about it because I kind of, you guys touched a little bit on kind of just how the generations have been, and this is something I always try to remind people. Like our community as Black people and a lot of other ethnicities and stuff, we have not been free that long. There's still people alive that, you might have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure the
They went
oldest
through
guy was
slavery.
still where there was segregation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got to think about it when it go back 2-3 generations. The family the story that they tell in my family is that we came from the South, and the family I have on the East Coast came from the South, and they say we got ran off because we lost our land. They came from wealth. We lost our land, and now my family's out here in Newark, New Jersey, slumming and living it up. You know what I mean? And that's the story in my family. So it's like we have generations right now. So, congratulations to your daughter. I'm glad to hear that. I tell people right now, like, we're just getting to where we're passing the generations. You look at our president right now, he had generational wealth that when that was accumulated, we were slaves. We didn't have opportunities, and look at the position it put him in. So it's going to be a couple generations down when we get to where your daughter, maybe it's your daughter's daughter, might be president. You know what I mean? It's like that's when that wealth is getting passed down. That's the position that they're in. So that's what we're catching up to. So I try to keep that in mind because and as far as presence comes, man, presence is so important to me. I learned it when it was important growing up because I seen the lack of it and what it did to people, and people invested into me, and I became to where, like, my dad used to be like, look, I'm pouring into you. You're the ticket. You're the retirement plan. My presence was giving him, okay, boom, and giving me reasoning, but it became to put me in a position to where I was helping people. I became to be where I'm well-spoken, I'm talking, you know what I mean? People are, hey, I need you to be the spokesperson. Hey, can you talk to this guy for me? So my presence alone was actually assisting people. I was able to, and then my family, when I started the brand, the first thing I did, every kid in my family had a shirt. All the little kids. I went to the back to the street, got all the kids something, all the little youngsters, and they love it. They're like, Uncle Phil got the brand, the royalty reigns. That's all they care about. And I put on for the kids. They love it. And so when I see them, I make sure it's important. I go by my nieces and nephews, whatever they want. I still remember when they wanted their first CD. I'm like, I'm going to take you to the dollar store and buy you 100 gifts. Next year, they wanted one gift worth 100. I was like, you know what I was like, but it's...
They're like, we got to get another plan together.
I got it. And they could still hit me right now with anything, you know. We want to go to the movies, uncle, you know, my nieces and nephews, whatever they're doing, and as they're growing. And in my family, I realized that people weren't in our community having people around that they could see as a positive. You know, that presence wasn't there. They didn't see the examples. You know what I'm saying? So it's important, you know, all of us are somebody that I consider to be the examples. You know, it might be somebody in our lives that will see what we're doing and be like, I could do it too. Well, you know what? Like, there's people I know that hit me like, hey, man, I'm thinking about getting a blah, blah, just like conversation. I'm like, I'm going to refer you to get you the route.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can get you the route. And that without you being present, that opportunity is not there. You know, I call myself an engine. I'm like, I'm an engine. I'm going to make the car go. You know, that's what I tell people. And sometimes that car's going to sit there without the engines. Your presence is what's pushing things forward.
I like that. Can we end on that note? I like how you refer to yourself as an engine, because so for my next thing is men. You guys there's a lot of pressure on you to provide, to make sure that things are okay. You don't get the chance to be able to say, I'm not okay. I feel like being a woman, and I can say this, you know, we have all these different things. You know, a woman has postpartum depression, or she's allowed to have all these different feelings for these different reasons. When men, it's almost the opposite. You guys don't get to feel, you don't get to cry, you don't get to be, to say, I'm not okay. You don't have that space to say, you know what, I'm weak right now, help me. So a question came from someone watching. What can we do as women to help you men when you don't feel at your best? How can we make sure that we are there for you as friends, as partners, as family members, and you know, whoever wants to take the floor first?
Hi, ladies.
He's like, how much time do you got?
I just want to have a little conversation with you for a second. I just want to let you know what's on a brother's mind, that's all.
Midnight voice.
So one thing, so this year has been a trying year for a lot of people. I'm an observer. I see a lot of people going through a lot of stuff, and one thing that, like I said, that one moment can overshadow so much, right? Somebody can look at you as this peaceful person, but everybody goes through emotions, and they have to deal with them. When people, everybody doesn't know how to read people, don't know how to read the room, but learn your people, learn your person, learn their trigger points and stuff like that. Learn why they walked out the room the way they walked out the room. And I feel like if it gets to that point with a person, allow them that moment to calm down first. That's one. So because oftentimes sadness turns into rage, you know what I'm saying? Or it can be perceived by a tone. I've learned that. I've been doing a lot of social studies, and one of them that I'm doing now is on communication. Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You can say, I don't want to talk right now, or you can say, I don't want to talk right now. Mm-hmm. It's all on how you deliver it. But if a person is delivering it that way, and you can see and you can tell that they're going through something and it does not involve you, that's I'm saying all of this to get to. Women, don't make the man's problem your problem.
Okay.
Understand that that's that man's problem, and that man has to deal with that. So allow him that to calm down, and then open up to communicate. Okay. And when the man opens up and communicates, don't don't take it and throw it back, and don't weaponize it. That, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Don't weaponize what the man is telling you. You know what I'm saying? And expressing to you, because you know, everybody got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Crying comes in many forms.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I say whether it be verbalizing or whether it's actual tears coming out. Some people genetically just can't cry, so they have to talk about things. And that's, you know what I'm saying, one of the things is stop weaponizing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So weaponizing's like if you were to share something with me and then I later on like put it in your face as
Use it, yeah. Use it, yeah.
And you guys feel like that happens a lot in
It
guys'
happens.
relationships?
It happens a lot. It happens so much, because it doesn't even just necessarily happen in ways of, oh, well, we're arguing and then da 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 da. It could be in a sense of, now there's a whole nother situation happening, you know, as I'm trying to break a cycle, and you relate to that.
Okay.
And it's like, now you're,
me that day,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
it was like, no,
So,
that day
you know what I
just
mean?
needed a moment to myself. It didn't mean like we're breaking up or the relationship is
Yeah.
over.
And I want to say that to answer that question, ladies, what can you do? This right here is a good example. The reason we're talking is because you invited us and you started asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And that gives us the space to answer. You know what I mean? A lot of times the reason why men don't talk or don't share their feelings is because, number one, we don't think you care at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nobody cares. We've been shown you don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep that to myself and I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to internalize it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if the women in our lives would stop and say, hey, come have a seat, sit down. I want to talk to you. Yeah, and we're going to feel like it's weird. Like, okay, what you want to talk to me about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you just put a question on the table. First of all, it's going to shock us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you care?
Yeah, right.
That's
Like
fucked up.
you actually, you know what I'm saying? Nah, word. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it might take a second for us to, you know, for it to compute like what's actually happening. Like,
And that's okay.
Does she want to hear from me?
Yeah.
Like, do you really care? We might, you know, try to fill the situation out first. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you asking?
Yeah.
Like, do you honestly care?
Yeah. And
know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like at some point in time, women do try to do that. But then when it comes to that, that's when they'll try to give up. Ladies, I'm going to say this. Don't give up in that moment. Don't give up
Yeah.
at that time. Sometimes men are tough. Don't give up in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and also
Especially if you care, because if you cared really for real, then you would actually wait to get the
right. And right. That right there. Women have to like and it's all on you. Women, you have to create safety and a safe space for a man to feel comfortable enough to bare his heart and bare his soul. If it don't feel safe, if you're about to rebut everything, well, I only do that because you
No,
know
you
what?
gotta be
Cool.
able to
You got
listen.
it. You got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing else. I'm not doing no more
Yeah.
because you're already combative. You don't want to hear what I have to say. You don't want to hear how I'm feeling. You want to fight. And I'm not finna do this with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
especially if you offer to sit down and talk to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Like
sorry.
I'm not finna do this with you. I'm not going because men are abusive with their hands, but women are abusive with their words. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with my ex-wife, I'm not finna spar with you. I'm not going toe to toe with you. You're gonna win. You're gonna beat me verbally. You know what I'm saying? Nah, women know how to, you know what I'm saying? They know how to say some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that mouth, when they get abusive with the mouth, an abusive man, he gonna use his hands. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if a man's not abusive, then what he's gonna do is shut down. He gonna shut all the way down.
You know what I'm saying?
Get something across the street that's a little more sweet. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
listen.
Yikes!
Hey, right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, then a woman start saying, oh, you know, something's off with you. You're feeling different, something's strange and all of that. You know what I mean? That's because no love can get out. I'm shut down. I'm shut off. You know what I'm saying? So love is not coming out and love's not getting in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like women, you have to disarm yourselves. Like, this is not combat. You know what I mean? And if you ask the question, be ready to listen. Be ready to shut your mouth and listen. And if we don't see that happening, then we'll shut our mouths.
Valid.
To piggyback off, bro, a lot of it too has to do with tonality, body language, and just again being in a space where you feel comfortable to express yourself. You know, we got so many expectations on us to be the providers and hold down the household and all of these different things. But the minute that we're emotional, now we ain't shit, or we're a chump, or we're this, because it's like mentally we're supposed to be everything too. But like, it's okay to we can communicate with each other without it becoming an argument.
Yes.
So I always speak about like having that emotional maturity and emotional intelligence. I know everybody's like working towards that, right? But still just being in a space where you could say, okay, you take a moment, I take a moment. We could, you know, we could meet back up at the round table and we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Or else it's just gonna turn into another argument. And it's like, I don't wanna talk to you about an issue and then become an argument when really I'm just processing through my emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever the problem is, whether it's with the kids, the finances, or, you know, whatever's going on in life or going on in the household.
Or you just had a bad fucking day.
Yeah, you just had a bad day.
You guys are allowed to have a bad fucking day.
First time this happened to me just last week. I go see my PO. And he was just like, how you doing today? And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really want to know how I'm doing? I just dealt with death.
Yeah.
I had to bury my uncle, my sister this, my family this, my job this.
Yeah.
I got a lot on my shoulders, you know what I mean? I'm trying to maintain. And, you know, you keep calling me, telling me to do this, because I got probation I'm dealing with. Hell no, I'm not cool mentally right now.
Yeah.
You know, I need some help.
Yeah.
And as my... You know, as my PO, do you think that you can assist me on getting some type of mental health? Because I haven't been able to unpack it. You know what I mean? And I just use that as an example. The same thing translates to your person, your partner, baby mom, wife, etc. You know, hell no, I ain't okay.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
Can we just sit down? Matter of fact, you don't even have to talk. Can I just be in the household and just work through my emotions and just know I could put my feet on you?
Just relax.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's I piggyback off the bros about just just creating that safe space where we can unpack.
Okay, and then yep.
Look, I'm same. It's all the same. I was just watching this interview with Bees on Michael Beasley with on Shay Shay. Yeah, when he said, don't tell me what I'm saying, don't tell me what I'm thinking. Listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You asked the question and then what'd you do? You was quiet and you listened. I think when we're in relationships, our egos get involved. I know for a fact our egos get involved, our emotions get involved. It's easier for you to let him talk because y'all ain't together. You just got genuine love for him as a person. You ain't in a relationship with him. You're not carrying all the baggage from your relationship. So I think also what he was saying, I think if you're gonna ask the question or you want to unpack something, just ask the question and be quiet.
Yeah.
Don't put your ego on it. Don't put your feelings on it. I mean, if you want to be like when he was talking and bro rubbed his shoulders and shit, he was joking, but it was kind of a real love too.
Yeah.
You want to do, you want to do that when I'm talking, cool, but don't rebuttal me, don't diss that me, just shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Just shut up and listen because y'all use all the words. Y'all use like what? Like 30,000 words a day or 3,000. A dude used like 500 words a day. By the time we get done with work, we done talking.
Nope.
Then we gotta listen to you talk, and then you like, well, what do you gotta say? We're like, how you do today? That's how you get. So, but if you're gonna take the time, just take the time to be quiet and be present, like we were saying earlier. Sometimes being present look, you just lost somebody, right? I've taken hella L's. I lost a granddaughter, right? I think people want to be there for you. You know, anything you need, I'll be there for you. If you need something, if you're feeling low, just hit me up. You know what I need? I need your presence.
Yeah.
I don't need gifts. I don't need to do. I need your presence. Show up and ask me how I'm doing, and then listen.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say. Speaking of presents, I'm gonna have to dip soon.
Oh no, all good. The wedding needs presents, so that's okay.
Basically, one thing I'm thinking about that women can do is be honest, be a safe space, but also know who you're dealing with. A lot of women make a decision to deal with a man off the wrong things. You don't like his lifestyle, his morality. It's the wrong things you're choosing. So when you go through things, it's not worth it to you. Or you don't respect him, or it's not this. Make better decisions with who you choose, so when you go through things, you feel better about going through the things that you deal with. And I say that to men. I learned that being an older man myself. Deal with women that like you. We're taught to court and fight and prove. What am I proving to you? Am I worth it or not? We gotta stop overdoing ourselves for people who are underachieving for themselves. And that's really what society has provided us as men. But if women were able to be accountable, because that's sexy as hell in a woman. I love accountability. And also, we're recording. And also being that
Quiet on the set.
I'm used to this. And also being that the society projects certain things on men, we have to have women who are safe and know that we aren't perfect and that you have to give us a chance to grow.
Yeah.
A lot of women see final stages of men and be like, I want that. Like, you don't know what he went through to get there. That didn't just happen. That didn't just pop up. So I think that if women were more accountable with the decisions they made in men, it'd be a lot more safer space for men out there, because you wouldn't have something that you don't like, or it wasn't. You have to really be involved and invested with who you're with. And I guess somebody needs to get in here. So, no, but seriously, if you make better decisions with that, and as men, we make better decisions, it'll be great all around. But as far as women, as individuals, know who you're dealing with. You can definitely provide a safe space for somebody that you know, somebody that you trust, somebody that you believe in, someone that you'll follow. If you can't help a man lead or let a man lead, then leave him alone.
Okay.
There wouldn't be no arguments, no headaches at all. And if you can't
Leave him
help him
alone.
lead or lead, even with women in your family, I don't have to. Man, what? You can't make the right decisions, but you won't listen. Okay, listen, you got it. So when it burns down, I'll help you rebuild a little bit, but not too much. Seriously, that's real.
Come
I think that no, for real. So if women were more accountable, I believe there'd be a lot more safe spaces for men, especially women who were where they wanted to be truly.
Period.
I got a quick one too. I like the safe space is kind of the main thing. Like a man like me, I'm an engine. So I'm thinking, my mind is going, I'm going, and my mind's running. I'm solving other people's problems. I'm a person that people are calling with their problems. Hey, I got this, da-da-da. They're paying me to help them find solutions and routes, to build their business, to do their search engine optimization, get their websites built. So I'm helping people with the background. Like our conversation. Honestly, when we talked, I had so much going on. I was like, I can't even take another client right now and help this man. I had to refer him. But sometimes it's like that. So when it comes to a woman creating a safe space, my safe space might be turning the engine off. I need to be able to be shut down. I don't need to have the expectations of that I have normally. Put the car away. The engine's overheating. It's a runaway engine now. I can't turn it off. So I'm at home. I do things like I'm a gamer. I need to be on the game. I need to do something that is not the mind. Because as soon as I hop off the game, I got 10 tabs open, and now I'm sliding through and I'm talking. I'm taking a conference call. I got a Zoom meeting. Oh yeah, see exactly. And I appreciate those spaces. You know what I mean? And creating, playing online games. I play online games with people, and I'm not even like a business guy. I'm just a random guy.
But we do gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's finding those spaces, you know
It's
what
like
I'm
I'm
saying?
outside.
So most you can do is to create that safe space.
We
can continue.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to stay in frame because we lost our engineer guy. He'll be back soon. So I'm going to read off a couple of don't start touching stuff. Look, he's like, all I got to do is just reel it this way. No, we're all on frame right now for the most part. You got to go? Okay.
Pleasure, man.
Love you, Cam. Thank you for coming. Bye, Cam. Hey, let them know where they can find you real fast before you get it. Cam, here, let them know.
Goddamn cousin Cam.
Here, there you go. In the look, we're taking a selfie. We're going to take a little break. What's up?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nobody
GOTDAMN Cam. Goddamn cousin Cam. on Instagram.
Period. All right.
Nate Jackson's on the 17th. It's a Wednesday Trash Talk with Chris Crazy.
Period. Shout out Chris Crazy. Appreciate you. Okay, we back. Oh yeah, come on over. Yep. I'll start tagging. Yep. Everybody post your socials and all that good stuff.
I got a busy next 2 weeks. Like I got events coming up too, so I'll post everything in the group chat. I got a couple performances coming up.
Definitely need to stay in
I'm down to
touch.
support. I'll be in the streets.
All right, Cam. I appreciate you. Have fun at the
I'm
wedding.
too, man. I'm looking forward to the comedy series.
Okay.
Stand up.
So, and it's time truly does fly when we're having fun. We got like 30 minutes left before I'm going to let you guys go. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been watching. There's been a lot of comments, a lot of love, a lot of people watching the show. If you guys are tuning in, this is the Legendary Dope Show panel, men's edition. Just a share goes a long way. For people to watch later on. Some people don't like to watch us when we're live. They like to watch us later on, and that's okay too. I am so happy that you guys are here. You guys are really laying it all out there. I want to talk about next, like the future. What comes next? Healing while leading. How men carry responsibility, pressure, trauma, and purpose while still showing up for family and community. So I know we kind of touched on that a little bit with the last question. How can, the women in your life, let you know that you matter? What are things that kind of help with the healing while leading aspect of your lives?
For me, one of the spaces that I'm in my life right now is consistent employment. Like, I understand. I don't know why I did this to myself. Prior to coming home from jail, I had this big old immaculate plan of what my life should be, how it should be, why it should be this.
Yeah, we all do that.
And I had this big old thing in my plan for employment. Because I come from the streets, hustling and everything, I've never had a consistent job. I've never consistently worked 80 hours a week yet in my whole entire life, and I'm 42 years old. But I started a job, 42. I started a job.
Yeah. Younger than me, I'm 34.
I'm 34. You even said like, oh man, I'm 34.
That penitentiary be preserving niggas. That penitentiary be preserving niggas.
No, it doesn't.
I know, bro. Listen, that's a myth, right?
No, it's not.
No, it is though. It's only the niggas who take care of themselves, right?
Okay.
Because it's like there's niggas right now. There's a 22-year-old right now that looks smacked because he's
Probably
on dope.
drugs or
You
something.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like but because you gotta go like you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta try to figure it out. You can't put the stuff in. You can't put the stuff in that that there's a lot of stuff in here that they put into themselves, man, and they be looking like who did it and what for.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, but I haven't had no employment, man. I had this big old grand scheme of things for employment at Melvin's. What was the last? The Blueprint Brunch, the black tie thing. I told them guys I went up there. I got an award from him for being a solution for Seattle. I literally told these guys, hey, I got some clothes in the car because this is how I get by. I need to push this stuff, but I really need a job. When I was at the event, after the event, it took about a month and a half, but I ended up getting some interviews from Plymouth Housing Group. At Plymouth Housing Group, I went to 2 interviews, ended up getting the job. The background check came back, and once the background check came back, they said, damn, we would like to hire you, but because this is government funding, we cannot give you a job, right? So this is a few months ago. So now in my mind, I go into this space where it's just like, damn, bro, I wasted my time in jail. Damn, I should have took welding. I should have took HVAC. I should have did something I could work with my hands. I have an AA degree in health and human services. I wanted to come back to the community and work with the people. I have a murder conviction on my record. I can't work with the people if there's some government funding because of my charges, right? These are the things, these are the roadblocks that I'm running into, right? And so my healing and growth inside of the community, my people's call me, I show up, I try to do everything I can, but I still haven't been able to find my own personal footing for myself, my own groove, my own rhythm according to my plan. That's aligning to my plan, I thought. But one thing that I didn't understand is how great God is for real in real time.
Yeah.
Right, when you're in jail, let's say like if you get a cell phone, right? When you get a cell phone, once the phone comes in, it has to be planned meticulously down. nigga, 7:22, they're gonna walk by, and at 7:31, hurry up, go over. Like
in the stash.
it's that real. I get out here with life. I had 57 plans, bro. Probably only 2 of them came to fruition. That's how real life is once you get out here and get to doing it real time. Because it's not. You're not planning in such a small window. The world is vast, and there's so much energy going on, and so
many more obstacles.
right. And I've ran into them. Whatever they were, like, I didn't even know that I was gonna run into these obstacles. I thought I was well prepped, well planned. After I didn't get the job down in Plymouth Housing, it sent me back. Where I called one of my homeboys, like, "Hey, bro, I'm ready to get busy." He says, "Oh yeah, come through." I said, "Yeah." I called him back. Man, that nigga ain't answered the phone yet because he knows he's not gonna allow me to put myself in a position to mess things up. Right? He ain't answered yet. Right?
Yeah, love that.
And I appreciate that in the answer because on Monday morning at 6:00, I start a job, like a full-time job. So I'm anxious to see. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I want employment as a man, just as some foundation. I've never had that. So it's like, yeah, I can hustle, bro. I swear to God, like, I can go get 5, 7, 10 stacks, bro, go buy some clothes and put this movement shit. But I don't want to keep pushing my brand for survival. Like, I want to really, really push it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I put the pieces in place for it to allow me to survive. But now, how can we elevate? How can we go to the next level? And so with just extra bag coming in and getting myself together, I'm pretty sure I can do some great shit.
Yes.
For sure. Bro, you gonna do the photo shoot? I hit you up last time. You left me on read.
Oh, did I? I got you next, bigger.
I had the engine off. You know.
You said the
EV charger didn't hit me, man.
you said it was healing while
Leadership, healing while in leadership.
leadership. That's a great question. I got some similarities with bro. What?
2 weeks before me.
Yeah. What really helped me was getting a job. So like bro, I never worked really in my life. You know, when I was 16, I had a job at McDonald's, Jack in the Box, just the basic. But as an adult, I never had a job before. I was always hustling. And so as soon as I came home, once I came home, I got a job. I got out on the 13th. By the 20th, I had a job.
Nice.
I was flagging. You know, I was doing a flagging job. I was at the Tacoma halfway house. I was driving from Tacoma to Redmond every day for 10 months, trying to prove myself to the company.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dependable. I'm going to be there. I showed up on every job. I worked 16s, 24s. Some days I'd be at work and then drive back to Tacoma, get dressed, and then go right back out. But the whole time while I was flagging, I'm the happy guy flagging, thinking about, man, I'm finna build this company. I'm finna build this organization. You know what I mean? I was getting paid every week, so it kind of like gave me that fuel. But that's wasn't where my heart was at.
Yeah.
My heart was always with community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So although I started planning when I was in the feds, when I came home, I was able to really, really start to execute the plan while I was working. So working helped me maintain my regular bills, you know, car, gas, food, all of that stuff. And then I opened up the company I opened 2 companies. So I got Proper Management Consulting, which is a reentry firm, and we provide wraparound services for men coming home from prison, showing them like, hey, this is how you do it, guiding them, financial literacy, mental health. And then Solutions for Seattle is the nonprofit where we focus more on community engagement. When I came home, I seen a lot of organizations in silos, but we all do the same work. So it's like, how y'all don't like them over there? Shout out to community.
Man.
Shout out, yeah. You know, shout out to Community Passageways. They gave me my, you know, so after that I transitioned and then I got a job working for Community Passageway as a deep dive resource navigator. Shout out to B, shout out to D, shout out to Sean, the whole team. You know what I mean? Black, Johnny. And it's just been amazing to I got the best job in the world, right? I get to work, service my community, and still build out company for my legacy, you know, because I want to leave something. We ain't never had shit. I'm talking about we ain't never owned a house.
Yeah.
We ain't never owned no car, nothing, right?
Ain't paid off a car note?
I'm saying in my family, I'm talking about my immediate family, right?
Yeah.
So like I wanted to really build something to leave for my kids.
Yeah.
So that was the whole reason. And I felt like if I could build something that can provide services for my community but still leave a legacy for my family, it's a win-win. And having a job with Deep Dive has helped me be able to do that. They've been extremely supportive. Because I'll be honest, I came in like, damn, I want to do the work, but I don't want them to come. I don't want to come in and them thinking that I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing community work. I built a few things before I got the job. So I just was very honest and transparent. Like, hey, I'm going to give my best foot forward working with you guys.
This is what I'm doing.
You know, but I have to do this for my family as well. You know what I mean? And they've been extremely supportive. You know what I mean?
As they should.
Yeah, shout out to B Shell, man. My nigga, man. He's been a great leader. Poured into me, give me all the tools that I need to succeed. I can call him at any time, like, hey, bro, you know, I'm trying to figure out this youngster. All right, bro, let's try X, Y, Z. So just being able to have that support and still heal throughout this process has been huge. Having a job, but also community as well. Like being able to focus on my mental health. Cause coming home, it's like you're coming into a whole new world, and you have to relearn things all over again. And so being able to be in a space where you feel supported, heard, and seen, that's what has helped me heal while also still being a leader and pouring into the community.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna give this to Xavier.
So, one of the things I feel as far as like healing, you know, while in leadership is taking time to self. That's one of the biggest things that I'm on right now is taking time to self because I'm you call yourself the engine, I call myself the water. And you can lead every horse to the water, but you can't make the water drink. I'm very knowledgeable on damn near any and everything, and if I'm not knowledgeable on it, I will get you the resources to figure out what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the person that if you come to me with something fucked up, I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to do it, but I'm gonna tell you the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Good on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you to go do this.
You're like, well,
but
you know.
if this is what you was gonna do, this is, you know, you can go about it this way, and it might be effective. You know, but taking time to your, you know, to deal with your mental health. You know what I'm saying? And you also got to stay consistent with what you're doing. So. That's, you know, mine's kind of short and sweet on this topic.
Oh, no,
but
that's totally fine.
that was
Anybody else want to touch on the topic before we go to the next? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that without having to go to prison, I think when you don't go to prison and you go through certain things, I think when a man's by himself, so like you guys are in prison, trying to figure yourself out, not dealing with no bullshit, no extras. I went through a time where I lost everything, and that was damn like prison because for like almost a year, it was me versus me.
Yeah.
Like, for real, my situation. And I couldn't wait on nobody, couldn't depend on nobody, had to figure out what's what. Family or friends, I had to really bunker down and really think, what do I got to do to change my situation? And also evolve from where I was at. But that takes unlearning. And you have to be away from people to unlearn. You don't want anybody's traits or anybody's energies. And so that's why I think the only thing with going through a breakdown outside and inside has it the same as where a man gets by himself. He lets go of everything that he knows, everything that he thought was comfortable. He unlearns and learns anew. And so that's why I believe the healing process starts when a man loses or leaves everything he thought was meant for him, or at least it could be relationships, it could be physical things, it could be anything to where this is it. I got my plan, and no, this ain't your plan. It worked for a little bit, but it's not going to keep going because it wasn't really meant for you. You try to force that into your life. And it's not how life goes. And so I believe that men have to unlearn and separate from a lot of things they're used to in order to become better or grow. Because we'll stunt our own growth waiting for other people to grow or waiting for opportunities. Or thinking because I'm loyal to this, I'm loyal to the CD, they're going to always. No. You have to get your own and put on from where you're from. You got to get on and put your family on. You can't wait for them. You're going to be mad forever waiting for somebody to go here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, that's how me and bro start doing parties. We ain't never born famous or rich. We wanted some money.
Facts.
And we rented out a hall. We used my mom's hair salon and threw a party. And it built from there. And I thank God for that because it was so easy to just go through the streets because we're right there. So I think healing just unlearns what you know forces you to be different. I went back to school, got my business and management degree. I won an Emmy. There's certain things that happened after I made the change of just worried about the nightlife, then worried about the streets.
Yeah.
And so when I changed that up, and then I went through a time where I lost everything and I was angry and I was hurt, and then I finally got to a point where I felt better and I understood what's for me will be, that's when things became greater. So I believe that men have to separate to elevate in real time and then also unlearn things, because some of the things we learned along the way ain't gonna help us get to where we're going.
Okay. So I'm gonna this will be the last thing that we kind of talk about, and then I'll let everyone know where to follow you and stuff.
I'll touch on it first. 'Cause I gotta go after this.
Okay. So when it comes to brotherhood, we may not all be from this area, but we are all here presently and seeing the things that are happening in our area. We're seeing a lot of gun violence. We're seeing a lot of gangs. We're seeing a lot of people mourning for people young, like the crime, everything that's happening right now. It's almost like it's like never before, like something we haven't seen in our lifetime. That's what it feels like for me. Every day I get on social media, and it may not be somebody that I know, but it's somebody that I know that somebody knows, and they're hurting so badly. So I just want to give you guys the floor to kind of talk about, gun violence in our region, the crime in our region, but also how can we help, or any kind of possible solution that we could give to help build each other up to maybe where it just maybe makes some kind of impact to change something. Is it there's a lack of mentorship? Is it, what do we do?
I kind of feel like it does kind of boil down to a lack of mentorship, because a kid doesn't just wake up. It's a forming habit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's a kid don't just wake up one day and just be like, fuck this shit, I'm finna go crash the fuck out. It happens after they've been out and, you know what I'm saying, they've been hanging out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It happens, but what I mean by I'm taking it to a seed aspect. Like, it takes something, a kid to see to grow up, to be in an environment, to get to a point where they're like, okay, well, shit, that's okay, that looks like that's dope. I see them getting away with it. Fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and try this shit too. And then they have to like it from there. Damn. But when I just feel like it's a lot of big homies, and now this is okay. I'm speaking from a Columbus aspect too. You know what I'm saying? Because not when I say big homies, I'm not necessarily talking about gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about there's a lot of older people who have strong influence. That's what I mean by big homies. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people with influence who aren't utilizing it in a way that they could. Everybody, prime example of a person who's doing the right thing, BG.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people who have that type of influence that are using it for that reason. You know what I'm saying? For multiple reasons. Some people just can't deal with the youth. They can't deal with the fact that they know this YN ain't gonna listen. I just know it. I don't have the patience to deal with the fact. I don't want them coming over here fucking my shit up. I don't want them coming over here saying they're over here, and now somebody else comes over here fucking my shit up because they hear. A lot of people don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to stop that. We have to really grab these kids and show them, I work with Universal Family Studios with Carrie, and all the kids that we mentor in the stadiums, I brought them to my studios, and that showed them humility, because when they met me, they came to my studio. They would see all this gear, all how they rappers and stuff record, and then I go into the stadium with them. They were like, "You don't need to be here." I don't. I choose to. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure you are, because I know the environment that you're growing up in. So I want to make sure in these type of environments you don't crash out, because these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you in here. Now you got somebody who is also showing you the ropes in what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? While you still in school, and I'm also here with you, and you got a shoulder before you crash out on these folks because they don't give a fuck about you on this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the mentorship part. Like I feel like it's a lot of people with influence who ain't using it for the right purposes, and you know, people be scared to take gambles. When you betting on these kids that's going out, you know what I'm saying, and you know they banging and whatnot, it's a gamble, you know what I'm saying? And people don't like taking losses. I feel like that's what it boils down to. Them because the same motherfuckers that we can sit here and say don't give a fuck, they give a fuck because they having the conversations about it behind closed doors. But motherfuckers ain't taking no action on it. You know what I'm saying? We got the ability, but it got to be more than just a conversation on this subject. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's layered too as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Being somebody in community every day, like we work with the highest risk, right?
Yeah.
I don't even like using that word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying I don't like these terms they throw around, like, cause I would tell you every single young adult that I have been working with, I have been able to build a relationship with them. You know what I mean? To where they're excited about change and doing something different. And it's really just investing that time into them. You know what I mean? Because like relationship is so important. When I first met my whole caseload, they didn't know me. They're like, all right, nigga, you went to the feds. Okay, nigga, we out here doing what we do.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I became, oh, that's the Solutions for Seattle guy. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're making it cool. Like it's cool to work and take care of your family and take care of your kids. I realize like most of the guys I work with, they all got kids. So when I'm pulling up on these guys, they're with their kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, doesn't this feel good? You don't have to look over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So really just it's multi-layered as well. Yes, we need the funding to invest into the community because I'm in these meetings. They're taking away funding right now as we speak.
Yeah.
But these guys been on the front line every day. The reason why, and of course, yes, there's still stuff been happening. We know that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that they stopped as well, right?
Yeah.
And so you're taking funding away from these departments in these places that are actually making a difference. You know what I mean? So it's like definitely more support, definitely being able to support a lot of these programs that are out here on the front line. It takes a lot of courage to do safe passage every day. Try to go out there for 3 days and you tell me about sitting out there consistently every day, all day, and that's your job is to work safe passage.
Hell no.
Man, so I salute those guys, you know what I mean? Because I work alongside these guys every day and women every day. So definitely meeting the kids where they are in terms of they're all on social media now, right? So let's lead by example. Let's make it cool to be entrepreneurs and business owners and, you know, philanthropists and architects or, you know, so that way they know like, bro, you don't have to pick up a gun and go slide to the next block over when it's all our block, you know, all our community. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say, like, really invest in not just the financial resources, but the relationships as well. Because a lot of times the people that's making these decisions, they not even in our community. They not nowhere around our community. They don't have no relationships with these kids or the young adults, but they're the ones making the decision on where they feel like the money should go. Or they give us one pot for 10 organizations to fight for this one pot. It's like,
and that,
you know what I mean?
And
that creates division. Now it's like our organization's doing all the best work. No, we're all doing great work. You can't name one organization that's not working with, that one kid is not working with 4 different case managers or counselors or mentors throughout the city. Come on, we're in close proximity. How are we not? It take a village, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I think that just building relationships is like the most important, along obviously with the financial support as well.
Hey, could you tell me the question again, please, Elisha?
Okay.
Can you tell me?
Oh, okay. Good seeing you. Oh, I know. Can we maybe we'll get a group photo and then we'll kind of, you know.
I'm not trying. You gotta stop.
No,
He's like, I want to get a group. Oh, everybody got to go. Okay, well, how are we going to do this? Go ahead, Ben.
No, it's good. We can go.
Okay.
Go or no?
Okay.
Hey, so I took some notes because it's like, this is a topic that's like near and dear for me. Like when I first came home, a lot of you guys see on social media, I have a 17-year-old son, right? He's 17 now. when he was 16, like me and him have never been together on the streets, not one day before till I came home. And here it is, I come home from prison, first time meeting my son. This is what you gonna do. This is how you gonna be. I don't give a fuck, no. And one of the things that I want to save my son from, particularly is jail. Jail's fucked up. So because this is some place that I went, I know it changes you. I know it. You have to be a different type of way to come out. And I ain't want my son to go through that, but like, you know, like, it's his youth. And one of the things that I realized, one of the reasons that are wrong with the kids, and it's not even the fact that it's wrong with them, is just youth. How many times did you listen to everything that people were telling you to put you out of stuff? How many times did you stop talking to that boy when your mama, auntie, or cousin told you, man, leave that nigga alone, right? It's like, what's our youth? You're gonna keep going on. It's your youth. You spin it as you want to. Like, you spin it as you want to. So there can be, like you said, you could take the kids to the studio, right? But after they leave the studio, their circumstances are still the same. Their social anxiety is still the same. Their environment still the same, right? Like, one thing that I realize right now, and I want to get into community so bad, I just don't have a one hand right now, aftercare. The aftercare work is very, very key and pivotal, right? There's not a lot of that. Another thing that I've witnessed since being home in 16 months, there's a lot of women who go through a lot of things with their kids. They call you and tell you when to come to the court date or he's doing bad. But when they find a gun in his bag, they think it's cute and they don't say nothing. They don't call you to tell you to remove it. They don't take it to the police station or nothing like that. There's a lot of parents who don't hold their kids accountable until their 16, 17-year-old goes out and splats for real. They see, bro, a lot of parents see these teenagers with these guns and they don't do nothing about it. Bro, I don't care how smoked out my mom was or wasn't. I don't care how much attention my granny did or didn't pay. That shit was snuck around. We never blatantly showed them nothing. Hold on, right? And so this is just my opinion, brother. And so, like, I believe a lot of the factors that start with the youth that happens with them is the social environment. We don't know that. My era, we don't, like you said, the content creation, they don't know that. Like, I have no clue what it's like walking into high school right now being 16, regardless if I got clothes, regardless if I got food, regardless if I got shelter. There's still going to be some other things that they just go through, man, and we just got to be there for them because I think this is a phase. There ain't nothing, no program, no funding. There's nothing nobody can do because there's 15 nonprofits. There's 50 spaces that they can go to. They just choose not to. They just got to choose differently, and it's going to take some time for them to do that.
Yeah, there was a part that I saw Dries talked about on another show where he basically said, you know, there's all these community programs and, you know, there's some of these, like, it's just like you said, these people are giving you, they're telling you, we're giving you money, and then they're telling you how to allocate the funds. And then they'll do some shit like, oh, let's do a fucking paint and sip. Like, this kid's got a fucking drum in his backpack. Like, he doesn't want to go to a goddamn paint and sip. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to go fuck bitches and go hit licks and steal cars. Like, that's not what he wants to do. So there has to be representation, and it has to be something that resonates with the youngsters, something that's going to be something that they want to do. We're going to cut it short because everybody's got to go. What I'm going to do is I'll have everybody kind of send me some stuff over. We'll make sure to clip it on the YouTube so everybody knows where to find you guys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the legendary panel with all these great guys who came. Thank you so much. I appreciate your input on everything. And I want to thank you guys so much. Remember, there are two things that never go out of style: being legendary and being dope. You guys have a good one. All right. Yay. Let's get it.